To be fair, Ezra's lifting up everybody. His tag should be lifter. Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Conquest, Chaotic Mundi looking coned. You guys are looking fine as ever, baby. And you know, all of you rifle packing librarians out there, welcome to today's video where it's time to have a little chat. This has been a conversation that's been boiling in our beautiful Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community. We are officially in the Conquest grind for Jocasta new. And the question is, my friends, what is the ultimate goal with this character, baby? We're gonna chat about that today. I know you guys been going wild about it, and we're gonna go even wilder in this video. You know, Bad Batch stuff, we're done. We're done with the Bad Batch. Just give us Crosshair. Let's be done with it. It's time to get into the next era for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And I got some pretty wild ideas on what's gonna happen. Let's have a chat, shall we? All right, people, are you locked in? Are you locked in? Are you converting your lightsabers into full-on rifles? Because guess what? She is, and if she is, you better be. So make sure you pull out your lightsaber blasters, shoot down that like button, because things are gonna get a little interesting today. So Jocasta new, Conquest grinded. Hopefully all is well. There's a card in the top right-hand corner to the video we put out the other day, where if you need a Conquest guide, I got you covered in it. So best of luck. Hopefully you can get, I think a lot of people can get gold crates, maybe not as many red crates as Dark Side Ring. But the ultimate question is, while you're working towards this Conquest grind, what is it actually leading up to? Well, I saw you guys had some comments. I got my own thoughts. I want to first start off with this. I think, I'm excited about this, people. I may be getting a little too excited. I'm gonna first start off with the overall big idea content that I think we're gonna be heading into for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. We know it's 20th anniversary. Hold on, I had to do some quick mental gymnastics there. I know, trust me. I almost passed out. There was a lot of brain power I had to exert there. We know that we're heading into the 20th anniversary for Revenge of the Sith, probably the greatest movie of all time. Well, it depends who you ask, but in my heart, in my childhood, probably one of the most, my most favorite movie growing up. Watched it so many times. My dad, he even went to a flea market, and I had the Chinese subtitles on whatever copy he got, but guess what? I memorized the movie like the back of my hand. And I'm looking at that, and I think we kind of already had that theme at the beginning of this year when we made our prediction video on what we might be seeing in terms of characters. I said, all right, we might be seeing some sort of Revenge of the Sith type of things. So I want to first start off with the fact that I think we might, I'm going to just say it. I think they kind of told us that the whatever event they had planned out just got completely burnt. I don't even know if we're going to be doing anything that benefits from the Ahsoka and the Imperial remnants of, yeah, they got an assault battle, but Ahsoka, no special raid or anything like that. We might be just coasting with Battle for Naboo until later on this year. Again, we're just getting wild here. But what if the next raid after Battle for Naboo is like an Order 66 Jedi Temple March raid? Okay, hold on, give me a second, because that's getting me crazy over here. I would love that, and it seems like it's not too far-fetched, right? I know I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy, right? Especially because we have the new Jedi Vanguard tag, and they're supposed to be, you know, the defenders of the Jedi Temple. And Jocasta, no, she was a Jedi Vanguard member. We already have all these Jedi Vanguard members. I mean, I don't know about you, but doesn't this look kind of raid-like? So I want to start off with that. But we're going to talk about ultimately what I believe we're building up to for Jocasta new, because if you pull up the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes website, you know, we see that we know that there's a new character coming around the corner. If you scroll all the way to the very top, in case you guys missed it, she's a Conquest lifter for the legendary unit coming in the next era. Okay, so are we looking at maybe like, it's kind of odd because generally the lifters that we get, they're for, you know, mostly galactic legends, right? You know, Ezra, Ahsoka. To be fair, Ezra's lifting up everybody. His tag should be lifter. But besides that, Commander Tano, Kenobi, Maul, Lord Vader, you know, Darkside Ray, Supreme Leader Kyran. Gosh, I love that character, by the way. But a lifter for a legendary team. I know we have things like Queen Amidala, for example. I mean, she wasn't a legendary team. We had the Gungans, but Jar Jar was just the legendary itself. So I'm a little perplexed as to this. It seems to be a little bit newer of a concept that we're going to get a legendary unit, and then this is supposed to plug in as the lifter to take it to the next level. So this is kind of newish waters that we're going into. And if we kind of take the core philosophy, when you kind of go down to what does Jedi Vanguard even mean as a distinct faction, the Jedi faction is huge. We wanted a sub-faction of Jedi where we could cage some power without making a certain Jedi Master even more powerful than he already is. The Vanguards are a collection of Jedi we felt or would have been probably the key stalwart defenders of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. And you get fantastic examples like Barriss Offee, right? She totally was the greatest Jedi Vanguard ever defending the Temple. I mean, we saw her in the Clone Wars, basically tried to destroy the Jedi Temple. But besides that minor detail, we're gonna follow this core philosophy moving forward in this video and basically kind of go over what I'm gonna make an assumption. And you know what happens when you make an assumption, you make a you know what out of you and me. But we're gonna go with it anyways. Basically, 4 characters that I imagine could be required for the new legendary. I'm imagining something. It could be even more. Let's just put it this way. We don't really have many details. We're still in the Bad Batch era, and I think a lot of people already clocked out of it. We're not even like fully through it at this point, but it very well could be something very similar to Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, if I had to guess, or maybe it might be 5-ish, characters required at Gear 12. All very fun characters. It could be something like this. Let's just keep that in mind. I got a list of 4 because I'm imagining you have the 4 units plus Jocasta new equals new team. So that's the logic I'm going with. Could very well be this. And man, if it's Gear 12 unlocked, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Save us a little Kyrtech, save us some stuff. So with all that said, people, let's get into my list today, where I'm gonna make a prediction that, oh boy, I don't know about you, but I get so excited talking about the possibility of a Jedi Temple. What if Lord Vader and Master Kenobi were the featured characters for it? Oh, please. Here's the problem. Oftentimes I feel like us as a community comes up with more exciting ideas than the actual game. But anyways, I digress. First character, I think that we might be seeing Tales of the Jedi. Jedi Dooku edition. Listen, CG would be out of their freaking minds if they didn't make this happen. This is one of the most highly requested things from Tales of Jedi, and you can't tell me. Literally, CG could just steal this image, and it looks like a kit reveal. Like, it looks like one of those kit reveal character portraits, whatever the 2D, the 2D assets that they put out there. This looks just like that. This would be a huge missed opportunity if they didn't do so. Now, the reason why I brought up that definition earlier of their Jedi Vanguard, because they said they think of people, Jedi, who would have been. Keyword would have been. So you know what that kind of sounds like? That sounds like there's a character that had a different arc, but they imagine they would have been a Jedi Vanguard, a defender of the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. I'm gonna say it. I would hope that Dooku, yes, we obviously know his character arc, just like Barriss Offee, we saw her character arc. I want that to happen. That's it. CG, I think people will agree with me. Leave your comment down below. Tell me it's treason then if they don't add Jedi Dooku. And if you don't agree so, it's treason then. All right, people, that's the first one. Next up on the list, I saw, this might be the most common denominator. Is that what common denominator means? I can't talk, people. This is what happens when you're up in the middle of the night burning that midnight oil. Sometimes the old noggin, it runs a lot slower than it normally does. I saw this as the common denominator, the most popular, frequently stated thing in the Jocasta new kit reveal and some other conversations. People thinking this is gonna happen. It wasn't even on my radar, so this is an audience choice right here. So CG, I don't know about you, but you might want to give the people what they want. We're talking about Cin Drallig, which, funny enough, kind of a little funny side quest before we talk more about him. Nick Gillard, the individual who was the stunt coordinator for Star Wars, or especially for the Revenge of the Sith. I'm not sure how many movies he was in. He actually played the character, so kind of a fun little side story of it. But with Cin Drallig, you see him, and again, flew over my head, make some appearances in some of the Clone Wars related TV shows. Also, you can see him fighting Anakin in the little holo projector when Kenobi's like, bro, what the hell is my boy Anakin doing inside of Revenge of the Sith? So kind of interesting. You can see some of the history right here. Cin Drallig was a Force-sensitive human male Jedi Master who served the Jedi Order as a battle master, chief of security. Okay, people. All right. Okay, CG. Jedi Temple, defenders of the Jedi. What does defending the temple require? Security. Head of security. Ding, 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 ding. Head of security. During the Clone Wars, he was the head of the Jedi Temple Guard. CG, let me ask you something. What does a temple require to defend itself? Jedi Temple Guards! And a lightsaber instructor who disrespectfully nicknamed the Troll, takes one to know one. The members of the Jedi. Drallig was killed by Darth Vader during his attack on the Jedi Temple. I'm gonna be baffled if this doesn't happen. Literally defending the Jedi Temple. Head of security. He's chief of security of the Jedi Temple, battle master, head of the Jedi Temple Guards. Bro, talk about dropping the bag, dropping the ball if they don't make this happen. Oh my gosh. I think you guys might pin the money. I would love to see this happen. Thank you for the reminder. This guy, of course, I've seen him in Star Wars, but you know, sometimes you don't put a face to the name sometimes. I want this to happen. Next up on my list, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. We had a little Q&A sesh with our developers, and this came up. Did you consider a call out to the Grand Inquisitor in her kit because of their arc in the comic that inspired this tune? Hear this out. We really wanted to lean into the rifle in her kit, including the moment where she loads her lightsaber into it as a power source. Some wild stuff there. Due to how complicated this made the kit, we have to scale back on some of the other cool callouts we could have made. Additionally, we're getting a little teaser on an upcoming unit. An upcoming Jedi Vanguard unit will have those nods to Grand Inquisitor you're looking for. Huh. Funny, wouldn't you say? Well, number 3 on my list. I'm losing track. Is this number 3? No, yeah, this is number 3. Again, my brain, I'm working a mile an hour right now. Number 3 on my list, I am gonna be putting down the Jedi Temple Guard, Grand Inquisitor. Well, I don't know, what was his real name? What was your name back then? Were you named like Jedi Master Inquisitor, Jedi Master Grand Inquisitor? I don't remember his name. No one cares! I do. Actually, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I just come here. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. All right. I didn't mean that. Grand Inquisitor, Jedi Temple Edition. I don't know, whatever the heck you want to call this guy. We saw this little glimpse during the Rebels TV show, showing the life before Grand Inquisitor went all sicko mode on all the Jedi post Order 66, right? This is kind of interesting, right? Part of the Jedi Temple Guards. You want to defend the Jedi Temple? Hello? Am I talking to a Force ghost right now? I don't know. Could be kind of an interesting little thing they throw in there. I mean, they're not opposed to duplicate characters, and one could easily say, unlike Qui-Gon versus Master Qui-Gon, let's be real. I mean, I guess he had a poncho. That does make Master Qui-Gon a lot better. Anyways, this actually makes sense as a duplicate character. This is a completely different character arc. It's like having Darth Vader and Anakin. They're two very different characters, different philosophies, of course. You know, the character arcs they went through, the abilities would be a lot different. I think this would be kind of cool as a requirement for whatever this upcoming legendary is. But you know what? We got one more. Before we talk about what I think the legendary unit may be, Quinlan Vos. Give me an air horn. Yay! No, that's a yeet. There we go. Quinlan Vos. I think this is another popular request that I've been seeing, not just more recently. Over the years, there are a lot of pretty, let's just keep it real, pretty darn cool Jedi that people want to add to this game. Let me tell you, you can't go wrong. I'm going to give CG Marketing 101 if I was in charge of Star Wars. You can't go wrong adding a new Jedi. You can't go wrong adding a new Sith. And you really can't go wrong adding a new clone trooper or an Imperial trooper. That right there, you're always on the money. Quinlan Vos, we saw him a ton inside the Clone Wars TV show. Here's the thing, I don't know if he fits that description 100% of Jedi Vanguard, because he kind of seemed like how do I put it? He kind of seemed like a street cat. He just kind of goes out and about, does his thing. I could be wrong. Maybe you would be someone that would stand there at the Jedi Temple defending it to the very last bit. I don't know, maybe. And I'm sure someone's gonna be in the comments like,
Actually, Yaddle, in the Vader comic series, magazine version, 2600, 420, page 69 and a half, Quinlan Vos.
I'm putting him on the list. You guys do with it as you will. So, folks, I count 1, 2, 3, 4 possible Jedi Vanguard members that we might be leading into for this legendary team. The question is, what do I think would be the legendary? Now, this is tough. This is tough. Now, I'm gonna first say, I hear a lot of people say they want a new Windu. They want a new Yoda. And I know the gates have been open. Pandora's box is open. You can't get it back in. We have some very iffy duplicate characters like Master Qui-Gon and Qui-Gon Jinn. You can kind of stretch a little bit for the new Bad Batch team. I guess they had a bit of a character arc team. We're stretching it, right? I don't know if I want to open up that door of getting another Yoda and Mace Windu. For me personally, I would rather they just make the current ones we have better. Now, don't get me wrong. Not like Mace Windu and Yoda are trash. You know, Yoda, for example, we pull him up here, you know, gosh. And I think here's the thing. What other version of Yoda do you have? You have I don't even know. I mean, they already updated his look. What other version of Yoda do you have? Like Robles Yoda? I don't really know what they could do. Yoda, all he really needs is maybe a unique ability. He doesn't have unique ability. That's wild for a legendary character, right? Maybe they give him an Omicron. I don't think I want a new Yoda. I want the current Yoda to be better. I'd rather them just, like, to be honest, instead of a legendary unit, just rework his lead. That would be pretty sick. Yoda could be afforded for a new team. Yeah, he's fine in other teams, but I wish he had more of a focal point. It's kind of a cool character to have. And then Mace Windu's kind of the same thing. I don't hate Mace Windu. I don't think he's trash. He's a great all-around plug-and-play unit. You can find him in a variety of spots out there. But again, what's the alternate version of Windu? Mace Windu One Arm Edition? I don't really know what they can do with this one. Or they could put a robe on him too. Robes, they sell well, apparently. I don't know. So I'm gonna pick something that we don't have entirely, but I'm just saying, I see a lot of you guys, you want something new with that. On my list is going to be Yaddle. That's it, people. What was once just a meme. Was this Yoda's secret lover? Is this where Grogu came from? The love between two toad-looking species of Yoda and Yaddle. I'm gonna put this on the list. But I think it's, besides it just being kind of memey, just stick with me, people. Hopefully you didn't leave the video. You might be like, bro, what is this guy? I mean, let's be real. If we go back to the Tales of the Jedi that we talked about, we saw a lot more about Yaddle than we ever have before, realistically, from like just the TV show standpoint. Don't tell me about, in the Mace Windu bathroom comics, the tales of Mace Windu's bathroom. You know, you need something to read while you're in the bathroom. Maybe these are like tales from Windu while you're sitting there. It's like, all right, listen, come here, all you younglings. We saw a lot of Yaddle inside. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of would like that series, you know? We never get to see Jedi, like you never, you know, how do they, I mean, we saw a little bit of it in, right, what was it, Acolyte? You never see a Jedi do their business, right? You see Jedi business, but you never see the personal business. What if you just see when he's got his little newspaper open or whatever, and it's like, oh, today we're gonna tell you a story about XYZ. I don't know, okay. Anyways, I'm gonna stop pitching that idea for Lucasfilm. What if we had Yaddle? We saw a ton of her inside of Tales of the Jedi, an unfortunate story as well, as we saw with Yaddle. The problem that I'm having is this: is Yaddle legendary status? I don't know. I could see maybe it's flipped around. Maybe some would say the Jedi Dooku is more of a legendary status. Maybe I'm kind of, but the problem is it's kind of the previous version to Count Dooku, so it would make sense that Count Dooku is legendary, but then we're not gonna get that. I am gonna say I think there's a lot of possibilities out there. It feels right in my soul that Yaddle would be the legendary, especially if they're gonna be dipping into Tales of the Jedi stuff. I think it'd be a missed opportunity to not add Yaddle, not add Dooku. I think especially Yaddle could definitely easily fit the Jedi Vanguard tag. So who knows? Maybe this future team will be Yaddle lead with Jocasta new. Then you throw in a little bit of Dooku, you throw a little bit of Cin Drallig, you throw a little bit of the Jedi Grand Inquisitor. What do you got? Pretty cool stuff. Let's just say this, people. I know that it's been kind of a sluggish start to the year. I feel like they missed the hype a little bit with the Bad Batch, especially saving Crosshair for last. I think that's all people want. They just wanted Crosshair, not all these new Bad Batch characters. Yet again, I'm sure the team's gonna be cool. We still got another month before we find that out. But in the meantime, I gotta say, I'm already looking ahead. I think a lot of you guys are looking ahead as well with whatever this next era of Star Wars is gonna be. It seems like it's gonna be Revenge of the Sith related. And man, I hope we get a raid, and I hope we just see at least one, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 of these characters that we have here today. But people, we're passing the ball over to you guys. What would you like to see here? Leave your comment down below. Again, best of luck in your Conquest grind. I think we're gonna have a good time later this year. We just gotta have a little bit of patience. And you know, even if the game's a little sluggish, it means you got time to catch up on some projects. Anyways, people, that's gonna wrap it up for today. What do we always like to say on the way out, my friend? It's a very simple formula. The formula that's been tried, true, and tested. And that is how it's great to be in the Empire today.
Oh, it's great to be in the Empire today. The sun never sets.